Hey, how's it going, guys? Hey, so I'm gonna make this video nice, short, and sweet because I like to get straight to the point. Basically, right, my car was misfiring. I replaced, the valve cover gasket was leaking. I got oil leaking down into the spark plugs and into the coil packs. So I replaced all those brand new Step 2 Coulter plugs, and I got brand new Elder coils in the car. Replaced a valve cover, replaced oil filter housing gasket, replaced pretty much everything. And then so the last step from there is injectors. I'm still having misfire issues. So I had a misfire in cylinder 5 come up during a pull. So I assumed, I've replaced everything. I'm assuming it's just the cylinder 5 injector. I'm gonna just buy a new injector from FCP Euro real quick, replace it. So it got here. FCP Euro sent me the Index 12 injector, cylinder 5. I replaced that. After I replaced it, I was still having those misfires, and then it was in cylinder 1 and in cylinder 5 again. So I'm gonna basically show you how to check your injectors before you go and buy new ones to see if the injector is actually the issue. By using an ohm reader from Harbor Freight. It's literally like $7.99 or $6.99. I just went and bought one today. So by checking these and making sure that they're good, right? To see if it's all you need is seals and the couplers, right? Or if you actually need a whole new injector to save you money. So I'm gonna try and educate y'all on my dime. So I'm gonna pull all my injectors out real quick, get to it, show you easy step by step. If you don't know how to pull your injectors from the car, definitely look up like vehicular DIY. Guy's a genius. I watch a ton of his videos. And he breaks it down really easy. But I am going to show you step by step how to check these with an ohm reader before you go and replace them. So we'll be right back. So basically, first things first is, since we're messing with the injectors, we don't want fuel all up in our business right when we pop off the injectors. And then keep your keys away from your car as well if you don't want to do this. But I'm going to be honest, this is the easiest way to go about it. So just disconnect the negative on here. You just need a little 10 millimeter. You'll disconnect the negative. Oops. Pop that off. You're good to go. So now we're going to grab a 14 millimeter. Okay. Grab 14 millimeter. You're going to crack this open. Make sure you do have a rag, right? Because this is going to shoot a little bit of gas everywhere. So we'll crack these open real quick. Try and get it as best as I can. Just one-handed stuff with the camera. These YouTubers be making it seem a lot easier. So we'll just crack it open. I haven't started it in about 24 hours, so there won't be a ton of fuel in here, but...
Crack that open. So yeah, also, for people who might say...
Same thing. Crack this off.
And then you should be able to do it by hand or something if you can't. Then,
Make sure you leave these in order so you know. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you just remember. I also recommend, my old one was marked cylinder 5. Just mark them with a Sharpie or something. Make your life a little easier.
a little bit more fuel in there too.
Just going to smell nice and pretty in here. Same thing. So even though I did do my cylinder 5 already, it just, I'm going to pull it in. Well, I don't think so. I'm going to pull all of them but cylinder 5 because I don't even have 100 miles on cylinder 5. I'm going to check all the other ones first. So because I already replaced that. If I don't see an issue with the other ones, I will pull it just to double check. But so we'll see. They are not gonna have. Ooh, that's a lot of fuel. They're not gonna have their seals. I feel like one of them is. I also feel like they're gonna be pretty gunked up. So we'll see. Oh, man, come on, baby. There we go. I have no idea what cylinder 6 is gonna look like. So I also need a walnut. Oops. I also know I need a walnut blast this. I just recently moved from Colorado to here. So we shall see. I don't have all my tools here, but I've got most of them, and I've made really good friends with the dudes over at Harbor Freight because I've spent a stupid amount of money over there on stuff I don't need. A lot of people hate on Harbor Freight, man. I'll die underneath the Harbor Freight fucking jack stand, dog. I don't care. That one does not. What the hell? There we go. That one did not want to come off. Okay. Now that I've got fuel everywhere, it smells great. So the next thing that we need to do is you remove this right here. I think it's a E10, eTorx 10. Take that, and then you see that little silver piece right here, connects to both injectors. Basically, you just you remove that clip after that, and then you're able to pull the injectors out. So let me get to it, and then I'll get back to you. Also, if you guys don't have one of these, man, I would 100% recommend it. I got this one at Harbor Freight, man. Everything you're gonna see in this video is pretty much Harbor Freight specials, and it works pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie to you. I had a Milwaukee one. It's still in. Oops, sorry. It's still in Colorado. So I like to crack it loose like this, and then I can just spin it off. You might need. You can reach down in there and get it, but I like this little magnet right here. And grab that bolt. Sorry. Grab that bolt just like so. Pull it out. Put it where the rest of your stuff is. Right here, same thing, man. This is that clip I was talking about. A lot of people make sure, you need to make sure that you're torquing these down to spec as well. Sorry if some of the camera quality isn't good. Make sure you torque these down to spec when you put them back in. And I'll actually put that in the video afterwards, what the spec is, when I start putting everything back together. So you only have 3 of these injectors, or injector clips, right? Crack it loose, and rip it off. Just like so. I think this little magnet piece, I think it holds up to like 15 pounds or something crazy like that, 20 pounds. So once it gets a hold of it, it's not gonna let go. Same thing, get this retainer clip. Oops, just like so. So another important thing, right? This is the last retainer clip, right, sir? So it's just stay organized, right? You wanna stay organized this entire time. A little more. There we go. All right, so next up, you've got these right here. Okay, you've got these little clips here that connect to the injector. All right, you sort of just want to push it back just a little bit, not hard. Push it back with a pick or something, or a little flathead, and just pull it out. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this with 2 hands so I don't mess anything up. But it's literally just, you just push it back just a little bit, and oops, and then pull it out. So I would recommend, after you do these, right, take them out of each injector, I would recommend taking these out as well, just so you get them out the way, you don't mess anything up. So when you pull them out, easy as that. Let's come over here, snag an 8 mil. Simple as that. Okay, do the rest by hand so you don't lose it down there. Done that before way too many times. You pull that ground wire off. Okay, same thing. Move on to this one. All right. Get a good angle for you. Oh, this is gonna be impossible. Same thing. By hand. Oh, almost lost her. I do recommend putting these in like a little Ziploc, but well, however you do it, right, just make sure that you stay organized and that you remember it. I have a terrible memory, so I like to just do things the same way every time. Same thing, last one over here, right? Snag that bolt, or that nut off, pull the ground, pull this ground off, and then we can pull the injector. Normally there's a tool you can get here for this, right? Where basically you screw it onto these little threads here and then you yank it off. Like, I'm sorry for that motion. I'm probably gonna get banned off of fucking YouTube and Facebook, but you'll basically, right, you thread it on here and then you just pull it off. And I don't have that tool because I like to do things the cheap way, which is probably going to cost me more in the long run anyways. So I recommend getting it. But if you don't, I've seen people use picks on YouTube. I think Vehicular DIY used a pick like this. I'm going to use a pair of pliers. So, yeah. Anyways, we'll be right back. It's like some channel locks last time for cylinder 5. It pulled out pretty easily. So I'll show you how I did it. I also did it that way because I was like, I don't care, this injector's bad. And I think that, you know, I have to replace it anyway. So if I would have known it was newer, I probably would have done a different route. But with all these, I honestly don't care right now. I'm just going to take them out. So let's get to it. I basically get it in at this little angle right here to get on both sides. And then I just, then I just sort of pull straight out. Gosh dang. It's hard with one hand. There we go. There's cylinder 1. It actually looks pretty clean. I'm not going to lie to you. It doesn't look terrible. So let's get it over to the table. Check it out. Okay, so same thing here, right? So this is cylinder 1. We got a little bit of gunk on here. Right, but not much went past the seals here. A little bit of carbon buildup on it. So I'm going to clean these up, and then I'm going to test them afterwards and make sure that they're all doing good. But this was a lot cleaner than cylinder 5, which is this one, when I pulled cylinder 5 out. So let's get to it. This is cylinder 2. It is drenched. Look at that. Drenched in there. Just drenched. I'm smelling it. It just smells like oil. In case you wanted to see what it looked like in there, right? So there's cylinder 1. Look how clean that is, right? Just spotless. Cylinder 2 over here, though, not so much. And the oil out here, right? I cleaned this up before I did the valve cover gasket leak. I accidentally leaked some oil while I was filling my oil a second ago. So ignore that. But down there is pretty dirty, man. See, it is the exact same issue with cylinder 2. Everything's blown by the seals here. Oil pretty much. Yeah, so cylinder 3, same issue, right? Had a shit ton of oil in there. I'm going to keep it a buck with you, man. So this was spotless, right? And then I did my little oil change. So I used to have a VS Vader Solutions oil breather cap, which leaked a shit ton. It doesn't have a ball bearing in it to seal it, right? So it just leaked a shit ton of oil down here, my old valve cover and out, and it went. I had so much oil down here originally, and I'm gonna assume that I just never took the injectors out, never checked because I didn't think that the oil would get down in there. But nope, directly into cylinder 2 and 3. Cylinder 1 was spotless because the oil never made it that far. So I'm assuming cylinder 4 is going to be the same issue. Cylinder 6 might be okay. But 2, 3, 4, and 5 so far, same issues. Here's cylinder 4, same thing. It's got oil on it. Not as bad, but it still does have oil all the way up. I'm going to clean all these off and see what I can do to see if I can save these or not. Same thing with cylinder 6, except this one's a lot darker. So all of these are, let's see. I mean, number 1's a little dirty. Number 2, number 3 is a little dirty. Number 4 is a little dirty. Number 5. So this one is the one that I replaced, thinking it was bad. Turns out it was not. I'll show you here in a second as how I proved that. Number 6 was also dirty as well. So the worst ones were 2 through 4. So 2, 3, 4, and 5. Actually, now that I think about it. So 2, 3, 4, and 5 were the worst cylinder. What we're gonna do is, we're gonna take, there we go. In there, right there, we're gonna take a negative and positive with this ohm reader, okay? So we're gonna take that, turn the ohm reader to 200K, all right? 200K right there. Turn it on, and then if it's 200, if it's close to 200, your injector is fine. Also minus 140 for temperature, so it could be anywhere from 160 to 200, and your injector is fine. Okay, so I had to take my GoPro and set that up because I need 2 hands with this. You can get the little clips, but I just worked with what I could. I bought this ohm reader for $6.99 or something. Then I bought these extra little add-ons, so because these pins couldn't reach. So I bought these, and then I just stripped them. So I take them, go in here, put the red or whichever you want first. Okay, so there and there. There we go. Maybe bend these a little bit. Oops, we had it for a second. 195.6, 196, 195, 196, 199. So this injector is injector 1, and it's perfectly fine. And that's how you check to see if your injector is good or if you just need a new injector, right? Or new seals. If your seals are bad, you can just replace those. So this is what you're going to want to do before you just go start replacing injectors, right? Because it could just be your seals and your coupler, right? So on this right here, I would replace the seals and the coupler and feel perfectly comfortable. It is an Index 12. I don't think they're that old. And so I think I'll replace the seals on this one. So far, injector 1 is good to go. So let's get on to injector 2. Same thing here. $197, $196. Yeah, so what BMW recommends is 200. But I mean, depending on the temperature outside, stuff like that, it can be a little bit, it can be minus 40 from there. So anything, 160 and above is fine. 196 is perfectly healthy. So this is injector 2. It's also good to go. So here's injector 3. I don't think we will have any injectors that are bad. They're all Index 12s. So I don't think we will. I think the issue was really just that there was so much oil in there. But we will see. We're going to double check everything, make sure all these are good to go. But that would make sense as to why we were having really bad misfires. Come on. It's not perfect, but 198. Yep, so cylinder 3 is good to go. So same thing here, cylinder 4. Get right in here, see if we can make it a little quicker. 197, 0.8, 0.7. Same thing. Cylinder 4 is good to go. So I'm honestly, fellas, I think realistically, I just bought a brand new injector, and I'll show you. I'll show you the next the brand new injector and its numbers compared to these ones which are used. Well, the brand new injector has been used for a few days, like 2 days, because I thought that was my issue. I gotta get a good connection here. Okay, 196.4.5. Yeah, again, this is a perfectly fine injector, and this is the one that I replaced. This was cylinder 5, as you can see. So I didn't need to replace that. So learn from my mistakes and just do your proper maintenance, guys. So here is cylinder 6. 194, 195.3. Yeah, same thing. This injector is perfectly fine. They all work good. Those are all the used ones. So now here is the brand new one I just put in from FCP Euro. You can see how it's not marked like the other ones. It's brand new. It's got, I mean, obviously not brand new. I ran it in my car for probably about 50 miles. But it should have similar numbers to all those other injectors. So put it in here and check it out. Oh. Whoa, where is... I just realized this injector is missing a coupler. Whoa! This is the brand new injector. Where is the coupler at for this? Dang. Okay, well. Yeah. So anyways, that's crazy. I gotta find that. I don't know if it fell out in the car or if I was too stupid and didn't check to see if it was on there before I put them in. Anyways, nonetheless, we're here to see how to test these out. Enough connection, but yeah, 199.9. So literally it's perfect. So yeah, I'm gonna find that coupler because there's nowhere to be found. So, and I swore it had it on there yesterday when I installed this thing. So yeah, so I replaced an injector. It didn't need to be replaced. Should have checked that beforehand. But I will say this. It was nice to know that it's really just because oil leaked down in there. I get it. It's not good for the engine and stuff like that. But now I know the issue. But I will say I was running a VS oil breather cap, and they've been known to like not seal properly and leak a shit ton of oil down the side of your valve cover out of the breather cap. And so I made a video about it. Actually threw it away in the dumpster because it leaks down out of this piece of shit on down into there and into here. Like 2 months ago, I think. I threw it away in the dumpster. I made a post about it on N54 tuners. I got banned on there because I upset some people because I was like, hey man, if you're running this, throw this garbage away. And even my tuner, I won't say who he is. He agrees with me. You guys probably all know him. He agrees with me. It's a piece of crap. So that's it. It ruined my injectors. It ruined my elder coils that I had in the car before this, and my spark plugs because it got into both my coils, spark plugs, and apparently into my injectors as well, which I should have checked when I replaced everything. So I found the misfire. Sucks to say, but I do want to replace all the seals on these, and hopefully be good to go after that, and I'll be able to make some content. I know the guys over at 0 to 60, I comment on their stuff all the time. I love those dudes. They just blew their engine up, which sucks. They're running the same setup as me, Dynamic Auto Works High Flow Max Plus turbos. I think they're running them at 28 to 30 PSI when they blew them up. So
which sucks, but a lot of guys over there were really helpful, and it sounds like they're going to be able to get that build going, which is awesome because I love watching their content. The only thing different between me and them is I have the 6HP28 swap from Guru AutoWorks. They're amazing. They'll be able to help you out. You can literally call Joshua over there any time of the day, and that man will answer the phone. So I did it here in my garage by myself on 4 jack stands. It's not difficult. I'm running a thermostat now and a G+. I think it's a 25 cooler to run the trans cooler. And the car gets it. I have yet to see this car at its full potential because I've had misfire issues or my transmission went out. I was running the car perfectly fine without port injection before, and I was beating GTRs with literally just E40 mix. So, and that was in roll races, obviously not digs, those things launch hard, but in roll races I got videos of me beating full bolt on M4s, M3s, and beating GTRs as well. So the car gets it before the port injection. Once I added port injection, it's like everything just went crazy for me. So I had to get the Guru AutoWorks thing. I went and bought a 335D 6HP28, swapped it in here. Right after I did that, the car sat for about 2 weeks. Right after I did that, injector issues. So now I'm trying to sort those out so the car will be ready by summer. I live in Oregon, so it rains a lot, so I'm not able to just go outside every day and just do crazy pulls. So but today was a really nice day, and hopefully I can get the car out, get some video and some content out. I think next thing on the car that needs to be done is it's probably an LSD. I don't have an LSD in the car. After that, I want to do a 15-inch conversion. I might just do a Ford 8.8 in the back. So but I just put some N5500s on the back. I've been running those for a while. They're okay. They handle the power all right. Can't really do anything from the dig though without an LSD and upgraded axles and stuff like that. But this car gets it. I want to get it out to the track. I'm thinking I'm going to be in the 10s pretty easily. So we will see obviously if everything goes good. But I think I'll be able to make it in the 10s no problem. So, and the car is not gutted. Right, you got Alex, the Russian guy. He gutted his. I don't want to do that because of the fact that, well, this is my daily. So, like, I also have a 535i wagon with the N54 in it. So, like, this is sort of my daily. I want it to feel like a nice car. I want it to drive like a nice car, and I want it to beat practically most things on the street. Oregon's car scene's not huge, so I'm trying to make that popping over here. So we'll see. I moved from Colorado where the car scene is massive. So I hope this helped with your guys' issues. I hope it saved you some money, some time. I know I said I was going to make this quick, so I'm going to try and edit this as fast as I can and get it out there to you. And hopefully can figure out what I'm going to do with these injectors, get the car running properly. So, and also don't forget to code your injectors in. I think Bimmer Geeks, the Android app is phenomenal for it. I bought a tablet for like 80 bucks and tuned them or coded them with that. So look into that as well. Besides that, thank you for your guys' time and thank you for watching.